Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another season of Dubai Sports Hub. This season, we will be looking through the ups and downs of every team. I hope none will be there for Manchester United. I hope there will be a lot there for the haters and the doubters, and for the naysayers as well. So I'd like to welcome everyone to this afternoon's live. Come on in, share your thoughts as we discuss whatever will be happening as far as our team is concerned, or our respective teams are concerned. This year we started off in the beautiful, recently renovated Carrington Training Complex at Manchester United. There's our captain Bruno Fernandes over there, grabbing himself a cup of coffee and tea while we're here. And this is where we'll be doing most of our live interactions from: match watch alongs, match reaction, player reviews, and other discussions. Now, on the agenda for this evening, we will take a comprehensive look at the teams that were promoted, teams who we think are going down, teams who will make the top four in that order, and possibly top six, because it's going to be very tight. And this season, we will also have 5 teams entering the Champions League from England, barring a real catastrophe in the UEFA Champions League or Europa League, where we don't get a lot of support. So, without further ado, we're here to discuss this beautiful Premier League trophy. And I purposely selected the one that Manchester United won back in 2013 because it's the good old days. Top up the screen. Welcome to everybody who joined the live. Share the live as well. Let's get this discussion on the road. Yes, so a lot of teams will be fighting for this beautiful trophy this season. And fighting for this trophy this season will be 20 different teams. Now, with everybody being in the top 17th, rounded off by Tottenham Hotspur last year. Congratulations to them on winning the UEFA Europa League trophy, beating us in the finals. But that's water under the bridge now. We are joined by the likes of Burnley, who won the championship. We are also joined by Leeds United, who finished second. So those two were automatically promoted to the Premier League. And surprise, surprise, Sunderland beat Sheffield United to return to the Premier League. And that makes up our 20 teams again for this season, and in alphabetical order from left to right. And that's the only way that I see Arsenal getting on top of this chart, or on top of these lovely teams that are here. So we're joined by Burnley, Leeds, and Sunderland. Without further ado, we jump into our predictions. Now, it was pretty difficult coming up with the top four, and I mean in that order, from first to fourth, based on the beautiful work that was done in the transfer window by all the teams. I mean, if we as Manchester United fans have any thoughts or ambitions of getting close to those guys who are at the top of the Premier League, we need to ensure that we have a transfer window just as them or even better. And we will get into that as far as we're concerned further down the line. But it pains my heart to do this, but without a doubt, I cannot see Liverpool losing this title. They need to retain the title. All the pressure will be on them. £100 million spent on Florian Wirtz. They flashed another 90 on Hugo Ekitike. I see them about to flash another 150 on Alexander Isaac. So I'm hoping that Newcastle stands firm and wield that axe. Wield that axe, Newcastle, and take off a piece of them. I mean, they've spent over 300 million already. And persons in the past, like Jurgen Klopp, would say, "Oh, we don't spend that much money. This is not in Liverpool's DNA." Well, well, well. Welcome to the party, Liverpool. We see you spending. We see you found the cheat code. But with all the spending that Liverpool has done in this transfer window, I cannot see them not retaining the title. Anything done first is a failed season for Liverpool, and barring an absolute catastrophe in the season, lots of injuries, I do not see them losing it. In a close second, it will be Arsenal. Second again, ole ole. We'll be singing that another season at the Arsenal fans. Big up yourself, Try Daily. Respect for you, follow same way. Yeah, man, second again for Arsenal. Another season in second. And if they don't be careful, they might just finish third. However, credit where credit is due. They went out, they got their business done early. They brought in a solid backup goalkeeper in Kepa. They brought in a solid midfielder to replace Jorginho in Nordgaard. They also brought in, I think that's guy, Zubi Dubi Doo. Yeah, Zubi Mendy from Real Sociedad. Wonderful addition to the midfield to replace Thomas Partey. And Arsenal have finally gone ahead and collected their goal scorer, Victor Gyökeres, for about £55 million with about 7 million in add-ons. It is a steal. Gyökeres should have cost them at least 90 million. However, the player was adamant that he wanted to go to Arsenal, and Arsenal came and snapped him up. So, Arsenal have gotten their striker. I'm putting them a close second with Liverpool, and barring any funny business, they should be in second again. Third place, I'm expecting the noisy neighbours Manchester City. Manchester City have been on a spending spree since January. They are replenishing their squad with the likes of Marmoush, the likes of Reindeers, a few wing backs. I see them getting players out the door. For instance, they also brought in Nunes earlier in the year, but they I think they want to sell that kid to Tottenham. What's his name? He totally slipped me, but he will come. He's a Brazilian. Savinho. And he hasn't been getting a lot of games. I see a few City fans say he has been playing. Well, I don't watch City that much. But whenever I see him, he's not playing. So they're probably tired of him and ready to move him on. And the player will like a challenge as well. So kudos to them. I expect them to come second, and third. It's a close third, and if Arsenal slip, they'll take second. And that's my prediction for the top three. Now, it wasn't really difficult selecting the top four because Chelsea is my fourth choice. Chelsea will be coming fourth in this season. Reason being, Chelsea has gone ahead. They've gotten their goal scorer. They have a decent keeper. Their defense isn't too bad as well. So I think Chelsea will be coming fourth this season. Cole Palmer has found his footing. These players who were once labeled as billion-pound bottle jobs, they're now getting some experience in the field. They've been winning trophies. They've been playing against top teams. And let's be honest, they have been getting pretty consistent. So I think Chelsea will be snapping up fourth place. And there will be a big gap between third and fourth. The top three, they will be close, but third and fourth, there will be a big gap there. Unless Chelsea has anything to say about it. But they had a beautiful transfer window. They got Joao Pedro. They got in a few ballers. I want to throw Alejandro Garnacho over there to help them out as well. Yes, and they got rid of a few players like Madueke, Sterling. Sancho was sent back to Man U. Well, we're not keeping him. So Freedom Fighter has all our support. But we will get to Manchester United further on. So Chelsea for fourth. In fifth place, I predict that Newcastle will get it. Rejection FC. I can count over 9 or 10 players who have rejected Newcastle. And by the looks of it, Alexander Isak seems to be on his way out. He's been throwing a huge tantrum. He does not want to train. He does not want to remain with the team. He does not want to have anything else to do with Newcastle. I remember when Newcastle bought this kid from Real Sociedad. I think he scored about 6 or 7 La Liga goals. However, Eddie Howe has developed this guy, built a team around him, and turned him into the beast that we knew he all was. Because the potential was there from he was at Dortmund anyway. So he did his part. And I say to Newcastle, wield the axe, 150 million off Liverpool, and hey, hooray, take a food off for them. And that's why I said Liverpool will even win that title. In sixth place, I'm predicting the big bad Manchester United. I'm not going to hang my basket more than where I can reach it, and this is something that I will be holding on to and possibly change my opinion, which I'm entitled to, further on in the season. One would say, Boomers, why would you change your opinion? Yeah, flip-flop. No. If Manchester United gets that transfer window right this summer and also in January, we should make a big push for that fifth spot from Newcastle. And here are my reason. If we get the goalkeeper, get rid of Onana, get in Carlos Baliba with the signings that we already have, we should be looking at minimum fifth. Minimum fifth. Otherwise, somebody's in trouble. Somebody's in trouble. We have gone ahead and we have made it clear to the players who we don't want, mainly Rashford, Sancho, Garnacho, and others. I think it's Tyrell Malacia and a few more that we need to get rid of. That, hey, you guys are not a part of the project. Stay away from the team. Amorim is getting backed. And I don't think this is the Ineos backing either. I think this is the Glazers. If you can remember, as Manchester United fans, back in the day when Manchester United did not qualify for Europe, normally what the Glazers did was chuck a lot of money at the problem. Look how Manchester United have been spending with all the crap that Jim Radcliffe has been telling us. Oh, we need to sack staff. Oh, we need to cut staff. Fergie is not supposed to be on the pay bill, etc., etc., etc. And I see the development of this beautiful training ground at Carrington, and I see almost 200 million spent already. So I'm predicting that Man U finish 6th in a Europa League position, but if Newcastle slips or Chelsea, we'll be in that top 4. Tottenham, no threat. Brighton, no threat. We're not afraid of them. Villa, we're not afraid of you. We wear some beaten. Fulham, we're not afraid of you. We wear some beaten. Bournemouth is going to finish about 14th to 16th, maybe 17th, because they have been totally rated. We're not afraid of you. Crystal Palace, we won a couple beaten. We're not afraid of you. Irrelevant. And the others are quite irrelevant as well. West Ham, irrelevant. Over there, so one side. All right. A quick jump and look at the teams who will be getting relegated. Now, with how the Premier League is structured and the amount of spending that has been taking place with these teams, it is only understandable, and correct me if I'm wrong, but nobody can really fault me if we say the 3 teams that were promoted are going right back down. We've seen that last season, we've seen that the year before, with the only exception being Bournemouth escaping and playing some scintillating football. But see, they have been raided, and there's every possibility of them joining it. But The sensible part of me won't be putting them in there. However, in 18th place, I'm predicting that Sunderland will be going down. Yes, they've spent almost 200 million in some players, but those players have to gel. It is up to Sunderland to prove us wrong. Otherwise, it's a spanking. You're going down. In 19th place, it's Burnley. It's a yo-yo effect. You collect the money for winning the championship, you collect the money for the parachute payment. Burnley is also getting relegated. And in 20th place, Leeds needs to be relegated. These guys deserve a relegation. Yeah, man. So Leeds, Burnley, and Sunderland are all going down. Now we take a quick review at Manchester United and as to what and why I say they may finish in the top 4 or top 5. No, Manchester United has its ups and downs, one may say. All right. Now, as you would see here on our screen, are some of the transfers in terms of the spending that Man U did. Now they went ahead and they acquired Cunha. They got Sesko, and we're looking at Baliba. Brighton needs 104 million, and there's a possibility of us getting Gianluigi Donnarumma. Now, let's start with Donnarumma. Why do we need a goalkeeper? Now, when we compare this bum that we have in goal here, who Eric Ten Hag absolutely ripped us off with, forced upon us, and pushed out our legend, the bird, David De Gea. Now, according to Sky Sports, and that's my source for this bit of information, a comparison between Donnarumma and Onana last season, and this includes league and European competitions. All right. In terms of goal conceded per minute, Donnarumma conceded 1.01 goal per every 90 minutes. Onana 1.31 goals per 90 minutes. Shaky defense in front of him. PSG is an attacking team, so they will leave a lot of space. But Donnarumma stops a lot of those goals. Saves per 90 minutes, 2.56 for Onana, 2.26 for Gianluigi Donnarumma. 11 clean sheets to Onana, 10 to Donnarumma. But here is my problem. Look at that. Errors leading to goal. 5 errors leading to goal for Onana. 1 for Donnarumma. Now, those 5 errors that led to goals, I can clearly remember a few of them. In the Europa League, in the Premier League, poor handling, palming. I think he did about 2 of those against Lyon. Yes, it was a good thing. Lord Maguire had different ideas, and Casemiro and the other guys. Mainu, who scored that lovely goal. And Onana played so many matches more than Donnarumma, and Donnarumma outperformed him. Personally speaking, I have known Gianluigi Donnarumma since he was 16 years old, playing for AC Milan. Even I was wondering, there's no way this kid can be 16. But he has grown up in our eyes. He has become one of the best keepers in the world. And I say, you deserve to be wearing a Manchester United jersey. Remove Onana, 26 million. It's cheap for a goalkeeper. Buy Donnarumma and let's get kicking. Let's kick some ass for the next season. Of course. Moving on. Carlos Baliba. And Donnarumma is also keen on joining Manchester United. So let us take advantage of this. He wants us 26 million. My only concern about him is his attitude. About 4 years ago, he left AC Milan in a similar situation. He didn't want to renew his contract. He didn't want to extend, even though he was getting a bit of stick from the Ultras. And he signed for PSG with a huge signing on fee. PSG wants him out because he doesn't want to renew his contract. That's my only thing. But this is a world-class goalkeeper. I say bring him in. He needs to be in a Manchester United jersey. He wants us. Warrior Queen, big up yourself. Respect for his strength. He wants to join us. And hey, we agree. Come on over, Donnarumma. Here is where I believe that the Glazers need to do a Glazer and dip in the kitty. Dip in that kitty. Brighton have set their price. Let us respect them and let us spend that £104 million and set the record for an African player and buy Carlos Baliba. Let us sign him. Let us bring him onto this team. And trust me, this is the answer for our midfield. If Baliba is in our midfield alongside Bruno Fernandes, Manuel Ugarte, and Kobe fucking Mainu, he needs to step up to the plate for this season. So, spend the 100 million, get Baliba in. Even Leon Taché is worried. That we shouldn't sign Baliba. I mean, probably even Chelsea in 4th is going to be worried if we have this midfield. And we have been crying out for a solid midfielder. Casemiro is on his last. Let's get him out, whether we need to pay him off or let him see that, hey, you need to get a move before the next 2 week ends. But let's get him in. And with the beautiful additions that we've added a striker up front. A striker who can actually score and not a bum like Rasmus. So, it's ruthlessness from Manchester United. It is very good business from Manchester United. 70 million on Benjamin Sesko. Loan out or sell, respect for your life, Leon. Loan out or sell Rasmus Højlund. Keep Xerxes. And another thing, I have seen a few news flying around that Manchester United want to sign Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I don't know who in that boardroom is in love with, with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but that guy should not be anywhere near Manchester United. I can guarantee you that. So, without further ado, we can work with what we have. Sesko is a real gun boss up front. He can score the goal. Bruno scores a goal. Xerxes scores. And with these ballers that we've added, combined, they've scored over 35 goals. One, Brian Mbuemo. Now, this guy made it very clear to everyone that he wanted Manchester United. We went ahead. We did some tight negotiations with Brentford. Brentford stood firm. We paid the 62 million for him. But this dude is very versatile. He can play across the front. He scores a lot of goals as a number 10. So we've now gone ahead and gotten two number 10s to go with the two that we have. Mason Mount, who is very much unreliable, so we can't depend on him, and Captain Bruno Fernandes in the background there, watching the signings coming through. Probably checking out Fabrizio Romano's sale. Loot, big up yourself. I see you check in. Yeah, man. So we adding Mbuemo to the team. He will add a lot of goals, creativity, and if you had been watching that preseason game against Everton earlier, he did a few beautiful passes to let Ahmad through, where Ahmad eventually win the penalty and Bruno scores. So that was also a very good start for Mbuemo in a Manchester United jersey. We also went ahead and we signed Matheus Cunha. Now this guy really cooked us last season as a Wolves player. And I was looking at him and I was saying, hey, this guy needs to be in a Manchester United jersey. Lo and behold, our first signing of the summer, it was to save a bit of face since we got our asses kicked in the Europa League, but boy, we welcomed him. Ripped the number 10 off Marcus Rashford's back, put it on a Brazilian, and it's about time Manchester United have a flary Brazilian, a feisty Brazilian, a bad Brazilian in the team. We'll also do the thing. A smiling Brazilian like Ronaldinho, and I'm nowhere implying that this guy is on Ronaldinho level, but if he is even half of Ronaldinho's level, people in a trouble. People are going to get wave. And I can guarantee you, the beat up them that Manchester United received last season will not be repeated this season. I can guarantee you that. So all the teams who gave us licks, from Crystal Palace to West Ham, who sacked Ten Hag, and all the others, David, respect for the follow, all the others who had beaten up Manchester United last season, it won't be happening this season. It won't be happening this season. We are coming. We are going to be putting on the heat. We are going to be handing out some licks left, right, and center. Goals will be scored. Attacking football will be played. We'll have Mbuemo. We'll have Cunha. We have Sesko. And God forbid, spend the money. Get Donnarumma. Get Baliba. Ship out the things that need to be shipped out. Speaking of shipping out. We need to discuss players that we really need to get rid of out of this team at Manchester United. For instance, Marcus Rashford has left. He was a sore thumb. We all know that Sancho has no way back. We know Garnacho has no way back. But the guys who have been keeping quiet, but they know they need to go. They know they need to go. Like Anthony. Get some ambition. Get your agent to get off his ass and get you a move so we can get this show on the road. Get a move, Anthony. Like Tyrell Malacia. He needs to get a move. Get off his ass, get with his agent, and let's go. Garnacho needs to go. There's no way he's coming back. Mythology. There's no way Garnacho is coming back. He's out. And I even heard a statement that he only wants Chelsea, or he will sit on the bench or sit in the reserves. Well, I say put him in the reserves. Put him in the reserve. Yeah, man. Chelsea can have him. We'll give him, and I mean, Manchester United need to wield that axe and take a huge piece of money off Chelsea for Alejandro Garnacho. I'm recommending a minimum 50 million, about 20 million in add-ons, which are pretty much achievable if they make him play. Another one that needs to go is Luke Shaw. We won't be tricked by you, Luke Shaw. I mean, if Luke Shaw thinks that he's going to get fit for a few months and then jump in and get injured at the beginning of the season, we've had enough. I think Luke Shaw is one of them that needs to go as well. Rashford, there's no coming back for him unless, God forbid, our coach gets sacked and the other coach who comes in is a Rashford lover and loves him. Mythology says if a player thinks he's bigger than the club, he needs to leave. And I agree with that. He needs to leave. And I don't mean just on loan. Permanently. Get him out. That attitude has no place in the club. Just go. Eat your humble pie and go. Just like with the freedom fighter. They can all follow the freedom fighter and they may go. We won't stand in your way. This beautiful, recently renovated training ground, they should not smell it. I don't think they should be putting their asses in there and smell it. That's it. They should not go anywhere near that. Speaking of outgoings again, Andre Onana. It's going to be very difficult to get him out, but I believe if we buy Donnarumma, it's a clear signal that he needs to go. He needs to go. And Chaps need to come and take him as well, because Chelsea needs a keeper. You can take Onana and we can keep our keeper. We also signed another young goalkeeper, but we can also always loan him out to a lower club so he can develop and get some game time as well. Players that need to go. Casemiro. While he did have some form of renaissance last year in the Europa League, Casemiro also is one player that needs to be moved on. And I think we can all agree that with that huge wage, some of that money could go to Baliba in terms of wage and in terms of his transfer fee to get him in. But I really don't mind us paying the 100 million for him. Everybody has a £100 million player in the top four. Well, City is getting rid of Jack Grealish, but they also have Vardial. Liverpool now has about two of them, and I think they want to add Isaac to it as well. Chaps, yeah, they both. Welcome, man. Speaking of Chaps, they have about £200 million player in their midfield, Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. Yeah, man. So we need to spend that money getting those £100 million players in our team as well. Technically speaking, no, we would have loved if Pogba was here with Baliba. Nobody could have touched our midfield. Pogba, Bruno, and Baliba, we could have really given some trouble there. But as far as that is concerned, Casemiro is one that needs to go. Up front, Rasmus, I would have loved for us to keep him, but based on what I saw that Amorim did the other day, there's no future for Rasmus in this immediate season. He needs to go on loan and go over there. We dodged a bullet by avoiding Liam Delap. I think he's crap. I don't think he's a good striker, but Joao Pedro is a good one. We dodged the bullet by not signing Wissa or Mateta because you wouldn't have a sound value and there's no potential to develop there. And they possibly would have blocked Chido Obi's path to the first team. So we did some good business as far as our team is concerned. But continuing, as I said, top four is going to be Liverpool first, Arsenal second, City third, Chelsea fourth, Newcastle fifth, Man U sixth. Man U will be fourth or fifth if we sign Donnarumma and Carlos Baliba. Thanks for joining, everyone. Please remember to subscribe to Dubai Sports Hub on YouTube. Give me a follow on TikTok. And yes, Leantashe, Chelsea will be fourth. And if Man U sign those players, trust me, that fourth spot will be for Man U. No, man. First place will be Liverpool. Second place, Arsenal. Third place, Man City. Fourth place, Chelsea. Fifth place, Newcastle or Manchester United. Now for what would I say? As I said, if Man U get those players, they will be fourth or fifth. Yeah, man. And Newcastle will be going down. We are not afraid of the others. We're not afraid of Brighton. We're not afraid of West Ham. We're not afraid of Fulham. We're not afraid of any of the other teams who may think or have any thoughts that, hey, we can beat Manchester United like last season. It won't be happening this season. I can guarantee you that. You should do a live on football fantasy. Definitely. I am considering it for this season. As that will also be a part of it. But this show was about our way too early season predictions. And moving forward, as of next week when the Premier League starts, every day we will be having a live show where everyone can come and join in. And hey, I am looking for personnel to join the panel as well. So if you're someone who's passionate about football and have knowledge about football, yes, we can have a few discussions. I look to engage everybody in this platform and we'll grow together. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll be back in about 30 minutes where we'll be having some live gaming. Play a bit of FIFA, Mortal Kombat, and my favorite, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Thank you.